But yes, we know we're still battling COVID-19. This pandemic is ravaging not only Uganda but also across the country, and this has prompted many people to come up with so many innovations, and of course with support from different sectors, we are trying to see many coming up with these remedies that can be supplemented or can complement the treatment and management of COVID-19. And with me is Edward Kaziri, the proprietor of Kaziri Health Products. Just let me know and understand this development that we saw this week coming up with a new complement, that is Kaziri Vidicin, that was approved by National Drug Authority. First of all, just bring me to speed. How was the process of coming up with this complement?
Yeah, of course, as to the end of 2019, the whole world was in shock because a new virus, that's why they call it novel, a new virus appeared. And when viruses shift from their hosts and they came and they change host and they attacked human beings, and the mechanism of the body is that anything that enters into the body cell affects it, and that's when the disease caused by this COVID-19 virus called COVID-19 was classified. The body system is like a house. When a snake enters your house, and when a thief enters your house, and when the mother enters the house, the reaction in the house is not the same. So likewise, we noticed that the reaction of the body when this coronavirus would enter someone was a bit different. And that's when the scientists, the first thing was to find out what is happening. There were symptoms appearing. People with high fever, people getting sour throats, people getting continuous flu, people getting cough, then all together the lungs get inflamed and people would die. So the role of the scientists was to describe what is happening, and researchers took time to study, and after defining this, they found that this virus would cause inflammation to the lungs, and because the body has to fight, when a snake enters your house, you have to get a stick and beat it. So the pro-inflammatory enzymes of the body would be produced, and they would induce the production of the cytokine, and it would be too much for the body, and there would be a cytokine storm. And when there would be this, practically it would be an uncontrolled system for the body. And finally, people were dying rapidly like nothing.
I understand that process, but for now, actually for Vidicin, coming to, before you even went to NDA, and for them to notify you now that someone can go to the market, and go to the pharmacy or drug shop and order for this Vidicin. I just want to understand how easy or how hard was it for you? Because I've seen many people trying to approach NDA, trying to see their products approved, or even some trying to sell products which are not approved on the market.
Definitely, the journey to Vidicin was not an easy one. We needed, first of all, to know the sequence of this virus, and we could not do that in Uganda. I had to get in touch with my international partners in China, both in Shanghai and in Hangzhou, Zhejiang. We worked together. I got to know the sequence. And when I knew the sequence, I knew the structure. And knowing the structure of the coronavirus, I found that it had a spike protein. And there are three methods through which we could manage this. One of them was to fail the entry of this virus into the cell, the host cell. Two would be to fail the reverse transcription inside the cell. Three would be to induce an autoimmune system in the body that would cause production of special proteins in the body, the antibodies that would fight this virus. So we thought, which is the quick one? Tentatively, Makerere University was working hard to produce a lung support machine. The whole world, with the greatest scientists, were busy trying to treat, but nothing was happening. And to me, a breakthrough came when China achieved 90% healing in their hospitals. They were having 55 people dying in the hospital at every 100 people admitted. Until when the Chinese Commission on Management of COVID-19 allowed herbal treatments to be put on the mainstream healthcare of management of COVID-19.
Okay.
And one of them was quercetin, a molecule which had been discovered by Chinese, and it was working synergistically with vitamin C. And that's why when the Chinese adopted that, immediately they achieved a 95% healing, meaning out of the 55 people who were dying, only 5 could die. Then Europe, Singapore, and Hong Kong, which were delaying to respond to integrated system of health management, they were still losing people.
Okay.
So my breakthrough was when I contacted my colleague in China. She sent me that formula, which they were using. And my job here was to make sure I identify which key molecule was this.
Okay, let's also try to speak about the treatment, because this is not a cure.
Yes.
Investigations are still ongoing, and if you understand you're headed into the next step, that is, of course, from NDA has approved you, but there is a bigger step, that is clinical trials.
Yes.
That you have to do. Just tell me, how ready are you for this? Because before you are even approved as a cure, this is a very big step that you have to, a hurdle that you have to take.
The world must understand that there is no cure up to now for COVID-19. All that is happening is management. Even vaccinations, we have people who had taken 2 shots who thought they were done. And when they never followed the SOPs, we lost them, they died. So vaccinations are one method of boosting the immune system of the body, that when you contract the disease, you are easily managed in the hospital. Today we know we have the Ministry of Health has its main line of treatment, which is vitamin C, zinc, and antibiotics, of which azithromycin currently is the leading. But it is not a cure, but it is managing to help us achieve high healing rates in the hospitals. So Kazire medicine was focusing at how do we stop the inflammation in the lungs? How do we stop the cough, which is making these people cough continuously to death? How do we stop the sour throat? How do we control this flu? Indirectly, when I control inflammation, it will mean I have put a lock to the cytokine storm, which is the killer.
Thank you.
So that was one of our focus. And what we did, knowing that quercetin is one molecule that could do that, we invested in screening 47 hubs with the help of Mbarara University scientists and the equipment at Mbarara University. We used HPLC to screen all these hubs and quantify which hubs had high levels of quercetin.
Okay.
And with this, we could control and manage the symptoms in ranging of cough, flu, and sour throat. It is not a cure. When in Mbarara, people were asking me, medicine has been notified. Is it a vaccine? I said no.
Let me also bring in the communications manager of National Drug Authority, who is on Zoom, that is Abiaz Ramwiri. Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, you've been listening and watching Edward Kaziri here. But of course, you approved this to go on the market. I want to understand, there are so many other people who are trying to come up with products. And this is a challenge for you as people who are supposed to monitor and make sure that these people produce quality products on the market, because our health matters. What do you have to say about this? Because this is a big challenge for you, approving or notifying these products on the market, but also how do you find it on the market as many people come up with different herbal medicines and remedies?
Thank you so much, and good morning, the viewers of NTV. As National Drug Authority, we want to congratulate our scientists who are working so hard to discover, to develop, to improve, local solutions for our local challenges. I want to mention that as a country, we have we have an issue. We have a demand and a need for drugs. More than 70% of our drugs are imported, and we always, as National Drug Authority, encouraging, engaging, and supporting local manufacturers to bridge this gap. But I want to go deep into COVID scene. I want to congratulate Kazira and his team for this far. They've come, in their move, but also to clarify that National Drug Authority notified the COVID scene, herbal medicine on August 16th. That is a week ago, and we notified it for use as a relief of cough, sore throat, and flu. It is not, we did not, and we insist that we did not approve it as a supplement for COVID-19. I want that communication to go out very clearly, because my friend Kazir knows what the notification we gave him is and what it says. We looked at the information that was provided. We did analysis. We looked at the literature. We looked at the plants where this product is being extracted from, and we notified it as a relief for cough, sore throat, and flu. But also, we encouraged Kazire and his team that if they want to find out other uses of this drug, they should do a study and carry out clinical trials, which will provide the highest standard of evidence.
Okay, Mr. Ramiri, that was a good elaboration, but also understand from Mr. Kaziri here, he is facing competition like many others. We saw Patrick Ogwang coming up with COVID-X, but still we saw competition and battles even running to court. Does this concern you as people who notify these products on the market? When people come up and then before people use the products, then the fights begin even before people access these vaccines or these drugs. Does it concern you as the people who approve them? You do due diligence to understand who is behind this drug, even before you say, go ahead, Mr. Kazir, go ahead, or Mr. Ogwang, go ahead. You do this due diligence.
As National Drug Authority, we work with any innovator who comes to us. When you come to us with a product that you are developing, we expect you to come with original information that shows how this product was developed from the garden to the laboratory to where it is now. Now, the question of who is the genuine owner, we are not patent right givers as National Drug Authority. The engagements we have from the start when you bring to us this product, the information we give you, the information we ask for and you are able to provide, and we go and conduct the factory audit, what we call good manufacturing practice inspections. We are convinced that you are the person, or you are the owner of this product that we are dealing with. So to us, as National Drug Authority, that is enough due diligence from when you provide us with information and we visit your factory and we actually see that you have the materials, you have the running systems. It shows to us, it's convincing enough. Now, if there are questions of patent rights, of copyrights, there are agencies, there are government agencies that look into that, and we are always happy to advise whoever feels aggrieved and comes to us. But for now, no one has come us protesting any decisions that we take. Again, we work, engage, support those innovators, researchers, herbalists that come to National Drug Authority, because we don't just do policing to make sure that your product, meets the standards. We do engage, support, and give you all the technical advice that you will need to make sure that your product is at the level where it needs to be.
Mr. Abiaz Ramwiri, the Communications Manager of National Drug Authority. Let me come back to you, Edward Kazire. Abiaz has mentioned about giving support and also those who are innovators. I want to understand from you. Recently we saw the Uganda Investment Authority coming up with the Minister in charge of investment, giving support to Professor Patrick Ogwang, the one of COVID-19. You are in the same line. Researchers and innovators like you, what kind of support do you need from government? Because what you're doing is a service to the nation.
Definitely, we have like equipment. Sometimes when we were doing in the initiation stage of our study, we needed to do molecular docking to be sure that the molecules we have extracted, if they really bind to the spike protein, which we are looking at. Such equipment we never had. So I had to work with the Chinese labs to establish that. So that is one of the equipment that we feel, if it is imported in the country, not necessarily to a single innovator. They can be imported, put to universities and research institutions where we can do this work together. And I understand Ministry of Science and Technology is programming to do this. It will assist us a lot.
Would we see also another battle between you and Mbarara University of Science and Technology? Because that is what exactly we saw with COVID-19.
Yes, Mbarara University of Science and Technology has given us technical guidance and technical support. Kazire Health Products has been funding the program and the project. And I'm a pharmacologist with Mbarara University of Science and Technology. We have been, as Kazire Health Products, we partner with Mbarara University to support on internships, as also they also in turn give us capacity development. So I don't think there will be any battle or any fight in this.
Okay, and finally for you is the issue of sales. Can people go and see or even get Kazire Vidicine on the market now, and how much capacity are you ready to produce onto the Ugandan market?
The issue of the capacity, Kazire Health Products is not new in natural products development. We have the capacity to produce and meet all this. Right now, we are working on the distribution protocol as it is a requirement by National Drug Authority, and to establish a recall mechanism, and all this is underway. And I strongly believe in 1 week from now, any drug shop next to you, you go, you need Kazire Vidicine, you are able to access it, and you are able to protect your lungs from any challenges, no cough, no flu, no sour throat. Then, if you kick this out of your life, we are sure even if you are COVID-19 positive, you will finally struggle with your home care treatment until when you turn totally positive, and we have saved a life than a situation where someone dies on the way, going to look for ICU centers which are full, going to search for oxygen support, and it is not there. And once we know there is Kazire Vidicine, you take it, the cough goes, which disturbs the breathing, which brings to the drop in the oxygen levels in the body, the sour throat disappears, the flu goes, then you are ready to go and you are healed. And for us, we say, thanks, we have contributed to the health development of our country.
Thank you so much, Mr. Edward Kazire. Now turning back to you finally, Mr. Abiaz Ramwiri, the Communications Manager of National Drug Authority. I want to also understand from you, when these people come onto the market, away from the fake products that are on the market, which other are you also working on? Can you even confirm that there are other products that are into COVID-19 treatment and supplementary drugs are you working on as National Drug Authority from your laboratories?
Thank you so much. We as National Drug Authority are working on different projects, including herbal medicine. So yes, there are other products that we are working on. We are engaging our partners who are our clients, call them researchers, that have brought these. Some come when they are, at an early age, and we have to keep engaging them to make sure that the product goes to where it is supposed to be before we allow it on the market. there are some that, yes, we are working on, which are in relation to viral infections. But before I end, I also want to public know that even when we notify such a products, we follow them onto the market. Our concern is to make sure that the message that we approve remains the same. We want to make sure that when we approve the product for relief of cough, flu, and sore throat, that's the message you put on the branding, on the product. We expect you to put, treatment of COVID-19, supplementary drug for COVID-19, because that is not what we have approved, but also that is to help us to make sure that we protect, our scientists. We expect the wrongdoers to take advantage and start producing the fakes, and that's why, as National Drug Authority, we are always on surveillance, monitoring the entire supply chain to make sure that the product that is genuine is ends onto the market, but also to call on Ugandans. One, that do not take these herbal as just drinks. They are not soft drinks. It is medicine. It should be prescribed by a professional health worker and taken as prescribed for a specific period of time. And to buy these from licensed outlets, pharmacies, and drug shops, because that is when you can be sure that the product that you're getting is a genuine one. As you had, where our scientists or the researchers must give us the distribution sequence, so that we are able to monitor these products from the factory to the last